Hello, everyone. Welcome to Celsius 233, your go-to place for fiction book summaries. Today, we will explore the depths of 11 Minutes by Paulo Coelho. 11 Minutes by Paulo Coelho, published in 2003, is a profound exploration of love, sexuality, and self-discovery. The novel follows Maria, a young Brazilian woman, on a journey that leads her to Geneva, Switzerland, where she works as a prostitute and grapples with questions about love, desire, and the meaning of life. Drawing from Maria's experiences, Coelho crafts a narrative that examines the intersection of physical intimacy and spiritual connection. Plot summary: Maria was born in a small town in Brazil, where life unfolded slowly, defined by simplicity and dreams of something greater. She grew up romanticizing love, hoping for a Prince Charming to sweep her away. Yet, her early encounters with love were fraught with disappointment, teaching her that it often came with pain and confusion. As she grew older, Maria resolved to avoid love, focusing instead on ambitions that promised adventure and independence. At 19, Maria left her small-town life for a brief, dazzling trip to Rio de Janeiro. On the beach, a chance encounter with a Swiss man named Roger altered her destiny. Roger, captivated by her beauty, offered her a job as a performer at his club in Geneva, promising her wealth and a better life. Although uncertain, Maria felt the pull of adventure and accepted. With a mixture of hope and apprehension, she embarked on a journey that would take her far from everything she knew. Upon arriving in Geneva, Maria discovered that her new life was not the glamorous dream she had imagined. The nightclub was far from the dazzling stage she had envisioned, and her role was more restrictive than liberating. Her colleagues were Brazilian women like herself, struggling to adapt to a life where their worth was measured by their ability to entertain and appeal to strangers. Feeling disillusioned and trapped, Maria realized that her decision had come at a high cost: her autonomy. Struggling to survive in the unfamiliar city, Maria faced a choice. She could wallow in her disappointment or redefine her path. She chose the latter. With resilience, she sought to take control of her life. She began learning French, exploring the city, and reflecting deeply on her experiences. Yet, financial pressures loomed, and when her circumstances took another turn, Maria found herself working as a prostitute, a decision born of pragmatism rather than despair. Though her new role exposed her to the transactional and dehumanizing aspects of desire, Maria approached it with determination. She treated her work as a business, maintaining a sense of detachment and setting boundaries to protect her heart. Despite her efforts to keep emotions at bay, the loneliness of her life weighed heavily. She spent her days walking through Geneva's cold streets and her nights with clients whose fleeting attentions left her yearning for something more meaningful. One night, Maria met Ralph Hart, a painter who frequented the cafe where she often sat. Ralph, a successful yet melancholic man, was struck by her presence and invited her to his studio. There, he shared his art and his belief in the existence of a sacred light within people. For Ralph, this light represented love and spiritual connection. Despite Maria's initial skepticism, she was moved by his words and the tenderness he showed her. A bond began to form between them, unlike anything Maria had experienced before. Their relationship challenged Maria's understanding of love and intimacy. Ralph saw beyond her work and past, offering her a glimpse of the deeper connection she had long thought unattainable. For the first time, Maria felt truly seen and valued. Yet, she struggled with her fears and the walls she had built around her heart. Ralph, too, was burdened by his own vulnerabilities, afraid to fully open himself to love. As their connection deepened, Maria began to question her life in Geneva. The money she had once sought now felt meaningless in the face of the emotional and spiritual awakening Ralph had inspired. She realized that she no longer wanted to live a life defined by survival and compromise. With newfound clarity, she decided to leave her work and embrace the uncertainty of love and self-discovery. Maria's final days in Geneva were marked by reflection and courage. She resolved to return to Brazil, not as the naive girl who had left, but as a woman who had faced her fears, made peace with her choices, and rediscovered her capacity to love. Before departing, she and Ralph shared a moment of profound connection, affirming the transformative power of their bond. As Maria boarded the plane back to Brazil, she carried with her the lessons of her journey. That love is not a fairy tale, but a complex and beautiful force capable of reshaping lives. That freedom comes from within, not from external circumstances. and that the pursuit of one's truth, though fraught with challenges, is always worth the risk. In the end, Maria's journey was not just about finding love or success, but about finding herself. Through pain, loss, and awakening, she emerged as a woman who understood that the most sacred journey is the one that leads inward. Hope you enjoyed that. If you want more, explore other amazing works by Paulo Coelho. You know where to find them. Check the description or Celsius 233. Remember, while our summaries capture the essence, they can never replace the full experience of reading the book. If this summary intrigued you, consider diving into the complete story, buy the book, and immerse yourself in Paulo Coelho's original work. Bye-bye, take care, have fun.